How to beat procrastination forever. Scientifically proven tips. Procrastination is a common challenge faced by students, professionals, and individuals alike. It's the act of delaying or postponing tasks despite knowing that doing so will result in negative consequences. Whether it's avoiding homework, putting off a project at work, or delaying a personal goal, procrastination can lead to stress, anxiety, and a lack of productivity. The good news is that with the right strategies, anyone can overcome procrastination and boost their motivation, productivity, and overall sense of achievement. In this video, we provide a detailed guide on how to beat procrastination with actionable steps and a structured approach. 1. Understand the root cause of procrastination. Procrastination is not merely about laziness or lack of discipline. It's a complex behavior influenced by psychological, emotional, and environmental factors. Understanding the root cause of procrastination is the first step toward effectively overcoming it. Once you identify why you're procrastinating, you can apply the right strategies to address it. Here are some common underlying reasons for procrastination. Fear of failure. One of the most powerful reasons for procrastination is the fear of failure. If you're worried about not succeeding, you may avoid starting the task altogether as a way to protect yourself from potential disappointment or embarrassment. This fear can stem from perfectionism, lack of self-confidence, or previous negative experiences. How to overcome it? Reframe your thinking to focus on the process rather than the outcome. Understand that failure is a part of growth and learning. Start small and build confidence over time. Create a positive mindset by focusing on the progress you've made, not just the end result. B. Perfectionism. Perfectionism is a common barrier to productivity and a major cause of procrastination. If you're constantly trying to make everything perfect, you might find yourself caught in an endless loop of revisions and tweaks, never feeling satisfied with your work. Perfectionism creates anxiety and makes the task feel overwhelming, leading you to put it off. How to overcome it? Embrace a mindset of, done is better than perfect. Set realistic standards for yourself and focus on completing tasks rather than perfecting them. Accept that imperfection is natural, and that progress is more important than achieving flawless results. C. Lack of motivation. Sometimes, the task at hand simply doesn't seem interesting or exciting, which makes it difficult to muster the motivation to start. This lack of motivation often leads to putting the task off for a later time, thinking you'll be more motivated to tackle it in the future. How to overcome it? Break the task into smaller, more engaging chunks. Add an element of fun or personal interest by connecting the task to something you enjoy. Focus on the benefits that will come after completing the task, e.g., relief, accomplishment, etc. Additionally, consider finding a why behind the task. Understanding its importance can reignite motivation. D. Overwhelm. Tasks that seem too large or complex often lead to procrastination because they feel insurmountable. When faced with an overwhelming task, it's easy to avoid it altogether, even though the longer you delay, the more anxious you become about it. How to overcome it? Break the task into smaller, more manageable components. More on that in the next section. Tackle each piece one at a time instead of thinking about the task as a whole. This helps you gain control over the task and makes it feel less intimidating. Poor time management. Many people procrastinate because they lack effective time management skills. Without a clear plan or understanding of how to prioritize tasks, it's easy to waste time on less important activities and postpone the tasks that matter most. How to overcome it? Use tools like to-do lists, calendars, or productivity apps to organize and prioritize tasks. Time blocking can be an effective method to allocate specific times for each task. When you manage your time effectively, you minimize the chances of procrastination. F. Distractions. In today's hyper-connected world, distractions are a constant source of procrastination. Whether it's social media, email, or environmental factors like noise, distractions can prevent you from focusing on the task at hand. How to overcome it? Eliminate or minimize distractions by creating a dedicated, distraction-free workspace. Use website blockers, silence your phone, or set specific times for checking emails and social media. By controlling your environment, you can maintain focus and reduce procrastination. 2. Break tasks into smaller, manageable steps. One of the most effective ways to combat procrastination is to break tasks down into smaller, more manageable steps. Large tasks can feel overwhelming, making it tempting to avoid them. When a task feels too big, it's easier to rationalize putting it off. However, by breaking the task into smaller chunks, you make it more approachable and reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. Why it works? Reduces overwhelm. When you break a large task into smaller pieces, it feels less intimidating. You no longer have to worry about completing the entire project at once, which helps to alleviate feelings of anxiety and stress. Builds momentum. Completing smaller tasks provides a sense of accomplishment, which boosts motivation. As you check off each subtask, you gain momentum and feel more motivated to continue working. Increases focus. Small tasks are easier to focus on because they are more specific. You don't have to worry about the entire task, you can focus on one piece at a time. How to break tasks down. Identify the end goal. Start by understanding what the end result looks like. This helps you get clarity on what needs to be accomplished. List the steps. Write down all the necessary steps that will lead to completion. For example, if your goal is to write a research paper, the steps might include: research the topic, create an outline, write the introduction, draft body paragraphs, edit the paper, and finalize the conclusion. Break down each step further. Once you have the main steps listed, break them down even further into smaller tasks. For example, research the topic can be broken down into search for sources, read and take notes, and organize information. Set deadlines for each step. Assign deadlines to each smaller task to ensure you stay on track. Setting specific deadlines helps create a sense of urgency and prevents procrastination. By breaking the task down into smaller, more manageable chunks, you make the process less daunting and ensure that you can consistently make progress. 3. Set clear and achievable goals. Setting clear and achievable goals is essential in overcoming procrastination. When you don't have a clear goal or direction, it's easy to feel lost, unsure of where to start, and ultimately procrastinate. Clear goals provide focus, motivation, and a sense of purpose. Why it works? Provides focus. With a clear goal, you know exactly what you need to achieve. This eliminates ambiguity and helps you focus your energy on what matters most. Creates motivation. A well-defined goal gives you something to work toward, which increases motivation. It's easier to take action when you have a clear vision of what success looks like. Encourages action. Setting a goal with a clear timeline provides a sense of urgency. The closer you get to your deadline, the more likely you are to take action, reducing the chances of procrastination. How to set achievable goals. Define specific goals. Avoid vague goals like get better at time management or finish my homework. Instead, make your goals specific and action-oriented. For example, complete all of my assignments by 6 p.m. this evening, or organize my workspace for 30 minutes every morning. Use the SMART criteria. Make sure your goals are SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework helps you set clear and realistic goals with concrete steps and deadlines. Prioritize your goals. Not all goals are of equal importance. Focus on your most pressing or high-priority goals first. Use the Eisenhower matrix to categorize your goals based on urgency and importance. Set short-term and long-term goals. Break down long-term goals into smaller, short-term goals. This allows you to experience smaller wins along the way and maintain motivation. For example, if your long-term goal is to write a book, set short-term goals such as write 500 words a day or complete chapter 1 by the end of the week. Track your progress. Regularly assess your progress toward your goals. Tracking progress helps you stay accountable and see how far you've come. It also helps you adjust your approach if necessary. By setting clear and achievable goals, you give yourself a roadmap to follow, making it easier to take action and avoid procrastination. Goals act as both a compass and a motivator, guiding you toward your desired outcome. 4. Eliminate distractions and create a focused environment. One of the main reasons people procrastinate is due to distractions that pull their attention away from tasks. Whether it's the pull of social media, the constant pinging of notifications, or a cluttered workspace, Distractions break your focus and prevent you from staying on task. Creating a distraction-free, focused environment is essential for overcoming procrastination and maintaining high levels of productivity. Strategies for eliminating distractions. Turn off notifications. Smartphones, emails, and social media apps are major sources of distractions. Every time you get a notification, your brain's attention is hijacked, making it harder to focus on the task at hand. Solution: silence your phone or use apps like Forest, Do Not Disturb, or Focus at Will, which allow you to block notifications and limit distractions during work hours. If you're working on a computer, browser extensions like Stay Focused or Freedom can help you block distracting websites. Create a dedicated workspace. Working in an area that's designated only for work can mentally prepare you to focus and create a boundary between work and relaxation zones. Solution: choose a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. Ensure your workspace is organized, with all the tools you need, laptop, notebooks, pens, easily accessible. A cluttered space can create mental clutter, making it harder to concentrate. Control digital distractions. Social media is one of the biggest distractions that leads to procrastination, especially when studying or working on assignments. Solution: set specific times during the day when you allow yourself to check social media or browse the internet. Outside of those times, use website blockers like Cold Turkey to prevent access to non-essential sites during your work sessions. Set time limits. If you find yourself wandering into distracting activities, set specific time limits for them. For example, if you enjoy watching YouTube videos, allot yourself 10 minutes to do so after completing a task. Solution: you can use timers or apps like Be Focused or Toggle to track time spent on various tasks and ensure you're not wasting too much time on distractions. Optimize your environment. The environment you work in plays a huge role in your productivity. Too much noise, uncomfortable seating, or poor lighting can negatively affect focus. Solution: if you're in a noisy environment, consider using noise-canceling headphones or white noise apps to block out sounds. Ensure your workspace is well lit and ergonomically designed to make you comfortable and focused for longer periods. By eliminating distractions and setting up a focused environment, you reduce the temptation to procrastinate, giving yourself the best chance to stay productive and on task. 5. Use the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is a simple but highly effective strategy for overcoming procrastination, especially when you feel overwhelmed by a task or don't know where to begin. The core principle of this rule is, if a task can be done in 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. This approach is based on the idea that small tasks often snowball into bigger tasks when left undone, leading to procrastination and unnecessary stress. Why the 2-minute rule works. Quick wins and momentum. Completing small tasks gives you a sense of accomplishment and generates momentum. This makes it easier to tackle larger, more complex tasks because you've already created a positive flow of action. For example, replying to an email, making a phone call, or organizing your desk may seem insignificant, but once you complete these small tasks, you may feel more motivated to keep going and tackle bigger items on your to-do list. Overcoming the initial hurdle. The hardest part of any task is often getting started. By applying the 2-minute rule, you trick your brain into believing that the task isn't as difficult or time-consuming as it seems. It removes the initial resistance to getting started. If you've been putting off a task, telling yourself, "I'll just work on this for 2 minutes," can make the task feel more manageable and less daunting. Examples of using the 2-minute rule. Emails. If you receive an email that takes less than 2 minutes to reply to, respond right away instead of leaving it for later. Tidying up. Instead of letting clutter accumulate, take a couple of minutes to put things in their place when you notice them out of order. Making decisions. Instead of postponing decisions, e.g., whether to make a phone call or not, commit to making them in 2 minutes or less. Extending the rule. While the 2-minute rule is intended for quick, easy tasks, it can also serve as a springboard for larger tasks. Once you start, you may find that you're willing to spend more time on the task and continue working on it beyond 2 minutes. This helps you build momentum and reduces procrastination. By taking action immediately on small tasks, you reduce the accumulation of work and prevent procrastination from taking over your to-do list. 6. Find accountability and motivation. Accountability and motivation are key elements in beating procrastination. When you have someone to answer to or when you connect tasks with personal rewards or goals, you're more likely to take action. Both external and internal motivations can help push you past the urge to procrastinate. Ways to find accountability. Partner up. Having a study partner, colleague, or friend who is also working on similar goals can help you stay accountable. You can check in with each other regularly to track progress, share challenges, and celebrate wins. Solution. Schedule regular check-ins or meetings, whether it's once a day or once a week, to keep each other on track. Knowing that someone else is aware of your progress can keep you motivated. Public commitment. Publicly committing to a goal makes it harder to back out or procrastinate, as you may feel a sense of responsibility to others. Solution. Share your goals on social media, tell your friends, or announce them in a professional or academic setting. When others are aware of your commitment, you are more likely to follow through to avoid embarrassment or disappointing others. Use accountability apps. There are numerous apps designed to help with accountability. Apps like Stick or Habitica allow you to set goals, track progress, and even make stakes, e.g., if you don't meet a goal, you donate money to a cause you don't support. Solution. Use these apps to create external motivation through financial or social consequences. Setting up rewards or penalties increases your commitment and drives you to take action. Work with a mentor or coach. Having a mentor or coach to guide you can help you stay on track. They can provide encouragement, support, and constructive feedback when needed, making it harder to procrastinate. Solution. Reach out to a mentor in your field of study or career and schedule regular sessions to review your progress. Knowing that someone is invested in your success can push you to remain focused. Find personal motivation. Clarify your why. Motivation is strongest when you have a clear understanding of why you're working on a task or goal. Whether it's achieving academic success, advancing your career, or simply feeling a sense of accomplishment, connecting your task to a personal goal or purpose helps fuel motivation. Solution. Spend some time reflecting on why the task is important to you and how it fits into your long-term goals. Revisit this motivation regularly to stay focused. Set meaningful rewards. Create rewards for completing tasks. Knowing that you'll get a treat, break, or enjoyable activity after finishing a task makes it easier to push through procrastination. Solution. Plan small rewards for achieving specific milestones, e.g., taking a break after writing 500 words or watching an episode of your favorite show after completing a difficult assignment. Ensure that your rewards are meaningful and something you truly enjoy. Visualize success. Visualization is a powerful tool to maintain motivation. Visualizing the outcome or success of completing a task helps reinforce the benefits and rewards of finishing it. Solution. Take a moment before starting a task to visualize how you'll feel once it's completed. Imagine the sense of pride, accomplishment, or relief you'll experience when you finally finish. 7. Manage your energy and time wisely. Managing both your time and energy is crucial to overcoming procrastination, as it helps you maintain focus and productivity throughout the day. Procrastination often arises when you are physically or mentally exhausted, leading to a lack of motivation to get started. Therefore, it's essential to manage both your time and energy efficiently to maintain consistent productivity. Effective time management. Time management involves scheduling tasks and allocating specific periods to complete them. Here's how to do it effectively. Identify your peak productivity times. Every person has a natural rhythm of energy throughout the day. Some people are most productive in the morning, while others work better in the afternoon or evening. Track your energy levels throughout the day to identify when you're most alert and focused. Schedule your most demanding or important tasks during these periods, and save easier, less mentally taxing tasks for times when you're feeling fatigued. Use time blocking. Time blocking is a technique that involves dedicating specific blocks of time to certain tasks. For example, set aside a block of time for focused work in the morning, e.g., 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and another for administrative tasks in the afternoon, e.g., 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The clear structure of time blocking helps you stay on task and prevents procrastination due to the vagueness of "sometime today" or "whenever I get to it." Prioritize tasks using the Eisenhower matrix. The Eisenhower matrix divides tasks into 4 categories. Urgent and important. Tasks you need to do immediately. Important, but not urgent. Tasks you can schedule for later. Urgent, but not important. Tasks you can delegate or handle quickly. Neither urgent nor important. Tasks that can be eliminated or postponed. Prioritizing tasks in this manner ensures that you're focusing your time and energy on what truly matters, avoiding the urge to procrastinate on high-priority tasks. Energy management. Energy management goes beyond managing time. It's about knowing when to work and when to rest to maintain your physical and mental well-being. Here's how to manage your energy effectively. Take regular breaks. Working non-stop without breaks can lead to burnout, leading to procrastination as your energy depletes. Implementing breaks, such as following the Pomodoro technique, working for 25 minutes followed by a 5-minute break, can rejuvenate your mind and body, allowing you to return to your tasks with more focus and energy. Fuel your body properly. Proper nutrition, hydration, and exercise are essential for sustaining energy throughout the day. Make sure you're consuming balanced meals that provide lasting energy. Include foods rich in protein, healthy fats, and fiber, and stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. Get enough sleep. Lack of sleep is one of the biggest contributors to procrastination. Ensure you're getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night to recharge your body and mind. Prioritize rest, especially before tackling complex or challenging tasks that require focus. By managing both your time and energy wisely, you prevent procrastination triggered by fatigue or lack of motivation. You can work efficiently, stay focused, and tackle tasks with a renewed sense of energy. 8. Reward yourself and celebrate progress. One of the most effective ways to fight procrastination is to reward yourself after completing tasks or reaching milestones. Rewarding yourself reinforces positive behavior, motivating you to stay on track and avoid putting off tasks in the future. Why rewards work? Rewarding yourself taps into the brain's pleasure and motivation centers, reinforcing the idea that completing tasks results in a positive outcome. This can help shift your mindset from avoidance and negativity to one of accomplishment and motivation. It creates a cycle where the more you complete, the more you reward yourself, encouraging a continuous flow of productivity. Types of rewards to motivate yourself. Rewards don't have to be extravagant or expensive. They can be simple actions that make you feel good and give you a sense of accomplishment. Here are some ideas. Small rewards for small tasks. After completing a small task, treat yourself to something quick and easy, like a coffee break, a snack, or a short walk. These small rewards are quick and easy, providing just enough incentive to keep going. Larger rewards for bigger achievements. After completing a big task, like finishing an assignment or reaching a significant milestone, reward yourself with something more substantial. This might include taking a day off, watching your favorite TV show, enjoying a meal out, or buying something you've been wanting for a while. Gamify your progress. Turn your tasks into a game by using apps like Habitica or Forest, which reward you with points or progress for completing tasks. The gamification aspect can make the process of working more enjoyable, while also providing rewards for productivity. Celebrate milestones. Instead of waiting for the entire task to be completed, celebrate smaller milestones along the way. For example, after writing the introduction to an essay, take a break and reward yourself. This helps to keep motivation high and reduces the temptation to procrastinate. The power of positive reinforcement. When you reward yourself consistently for making progress, you build positive associations with completing tasks. Over time, this positive reinforcement makes it easier to maintain motivation and productivity without needing to rely on willpower alone. 9. Practice self-compassion and avoid perfectionism. Perfectionism is one of the leading causes of procrastination. The belief that everything you do must be flawless can cause you to delay starting or finishing tasks due to fear of failure. However, perfectionism often leads to stress, anxiety, and procrastination, an endless cycle that prevents you from making progress. Why perfectionism fuels procrastination? Perfectionism can make even small tasks feel overwhelming. You may avoid starting a task because you fear not doing it perfectly. As a result, You delay starting or completing the task, exacerbating feelings of guilt and stress. It's important to remember that progress is more important than perfection. Even if your work isn't perfect, taking action and making progress will bring you closer to your goal. By embracing imperfection, you can break the cycle of procrastination and focus on completing tasks rather than obsessing over every detail. How to practice self-compassion. Self-compassion is treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially during challenging moments. When you slip up, miss a deadline, or don't perform as well as you hoped, it's easy to fall into negative self-talk. Instead, practice self-compassion. Acknowledge your emotions. If you're feeling frustrated or stressed, acknowledge those emotions without judgment. Understand that these feelings are part of the process and that they don't define your worth or ability to succeed. Avoid negative self-talk. Reframe self-critical thoughts. Instead of thinking, "I'm so lazy, I never get anything done," reframe it as, "I didn't complete this task today, but I can try again tomorrow." Learn from mistakes. Understand that mistakes are a part of growth. Instead of seeing them as failures, view them as opportunities to learn and improve. This mindset shift can help alleviate the pressure of perfectionism. Embrace good enough. In many cases, good enough is all that is needed. Rather than striving for perfection, focus on completing the task to the best of your ability without obsessing over minor details. Perfectionism often leads to procrastination because the task feels so overwhelming or unattainable. By embracing the idea that perfection is not always necessary, you can reduce the fear of failure and take action. As I conclude, be reminded that beating procrastination is a gradual process that requires a combination of strategies. Managing your time and energy wisely helps ensure that you're working efficiently and not burning out. Rewarding yourself along the way reinforces positive behaviors, while practicing self-compassion and avoiding perfectionism helps eliminate mental roadblocks and anxiety. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you can overcome procrastination, build momentum, and increase your productivity. Remember that overcoming procrastination isn't about being perfect, it's about progress, patience, and persistence. With time and consistency, you'll be able to conquer procrastination and achieve your goals with greater ease and confidence.